Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing episode 5 of the television series Chucky. Now I'm doing my review a day late this week because I was out yesterday getting this lovely Fallout tattoo on my finger. So I've got my co-hosts Tiffany and Chucky right here with me, so let's get to it. So, the episode begins with a flashback scene set in the 1980s before Charles Lee Ray transferred his soul into the Chucky doll. An adult Charles Lee Ray watches a girl, called Delilah, pushing up on a guy at the bar. When she gets a little rough with him, he leaves and Charles approaches Delilah and lights her cigarette. She tells him that all men are the same and he reassures her he isn't like anybody else. The casting here is absolutely excellent. The guy looks like Brad Dourif in the first movie, and they've dubbed his voice over seamlessly to make for a very convincing scene. We then return to modern times and Caroline's room in the ICU. Her first words upon waking up are, "I like to be hugged." She then demands her father Nathan gives her Chucky. He tries to tell her that Chucky is damaged, but she insists. Once she sees Chucky's burnt and mangled face, however, she screams. Her father then chucks Chucky down the rubbish chute in the hospital and he lands in a pile of medical waste and is stuck with needles. This is ironic, of course, because of the fate of Detective Peyton in the previous episode. Now, the opening sequence, the title sequence for this particular episode, is made up of paper hearts and real hearts, foreshadowing the appearance of a fan favourite character later in the episode. Once they realise where Chucky is, Jake, Lexi and Devon form an uneasy alliance and search through the medical waste to try and retrieve Chucky. The biology teacher leads a well-meaning, if slightly inept, grief counselling session for the class, and Junior starts to become suspicious of our three heroes, but they decide to keep the Chucky problem secret. There's a funny moment here where Junior tries to relate to them by asking if they've seen Westworld. They all say they've been far too busy, and he tells them it's a show about robots you can do whatever you want to. It's a funny moment because it shows us that Junior really doesn't grasp the larger concepts and themes of Westworld, and is far more like the antagonists of that show instead of being able to relate to the pain of the park's inhabitants. I love Westworld. I haven't seen all of it, admittedly, but the first season was excellent. And I thought this was a really nice little moment. Jake and Devon hold hands during a very, very touching moment while they are discussing the nature of grief later on in the episode as well. Caroline and Lexi's father, Nathan, tries to reason with his wife about the current situation, but she's unwilling to listen. In an effort to comfort Caroline, he buys her a Tommy good guy doll. Lexi is suspicious, however, and attacks the doll in front of her family, much to their shock. She then takes a picture of the Tommy doll and sends it to Jake. Logan, Junior's father, continues to pressure Junior about running track. Junior and Jake get in a fight about the fact that Lexi is texting Jake and ignoring Junior. Junior's parents have a discussion about kicking Jake out because of the stress it's causing the family. During a thunderstorm, we see Chucky staring at the Tommy doll through the window in Caroline's room. I love the use of the thunderstorm here and throughout this episode because, as I'm sure you all remember, the night Charles Lee Ray became Chucky, there was a huge storm overhead during the voodoo ceremony. Nathan discovers the Chucky doll in Caroline's room and throws it in the trash. Jake and Devon then rush over to Lexi's house to try and destroy the Chucky doll. Upon arriving, they grab the Chucky doll out of the trash, taser the doll, and smash it to pieces in a sack. However, when they are destroying it, it's repeating the phrases that the Tommy doll said earlier in the episode, and I think you all know where this is going. Cycling away together after successfully destroying Chucky, Jake and Devon finally share a few kisses, and it's an incredibly heartwarming moment. Their shy awkwardness is just adorable, and after 5 episodes of build-up, it was a lovely payoff to see them finally expressing their affection for each other. We then return to the 1980s. Lilith and Charles pick up a girl at the club. Charles calls the girl Red, and they take her back to a hotel room. She has red hair, that's why he calls her Red. Charles watches as the two women fool around on the bed. After watching for a little while, he gets up, grabs Red, and threatens her with a butcher knife. She begs him to kill her, and Lilith freaks out. Charles then turns and stabs Lilith, and offers the knife to Red, who finishes the job. Red then tells Charles her name is Tiffany. Charles tells her she should be a blonde, and she tells him that he should call himself Chucky. The hair colour is a wonderful misdirection, and it's a great moment to finally see Chucky and Tiffany meet properly for the first time. We return then to modern times, and it transpires that Bree, Junior's mum, who hasn't really seen that much screen time up until this point, has stage 4 cancer and is keeping it secret from her family. She's speaking to a therapist about it, and the therapist tells her she needs to open up to her family. Where this particular plotline is going, I don't know, but I'm interested to see what happens. We then cut to a hotel room in modern times. I think it's actually the same hotel room from the flashback earlier, where Tiffany and a young woman are screwing around on the bed in front of a bound captive and a dead body. Tiffany calls the girl Chucky, and after they have an argument, Tiffany storms out. The girl breaks out of her trance, and we are faced with the revelation that this is in fact Nika Pierce from the later films Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. It's quite a moment. She tells the bound captive that Chucky has split his soul into 5 pieces, Voldemort style. She doesn't say that, but that was what it made me think of. She frees the captive, but he strikes Nika. Once she wakes back up, she's back to being Chucky, and she slits the unnamed captive's throat. Nika, of course, Nika, however you want to pronounce her name, is played by Fiona Dourif, who is, of course, Brad Dourif's daughter. I absolutely love this moment. I did not see it coming, and I'm really interested to see what this means moving forward. In the final scene, we go to the town hall where Mayor Cross, Lexi's mother, is due to make a speech in her capacity as mayor. Junior confronts Lexi, Jake, and Devon, and when Lexi tells him the truth about Chucky, he just doesn't believe them at all. Yet again, reinforcing the fact that this kid has no imagination. I'm kind of thinking that Junior might end up being the real villain of the piece in the end, but I guess we'll see how these things pan out. Mayor Cross does not convince the assembled crowd that their community is safe. She does a piss poor job of reassuring them, and when asking for a statement from the principal, the severed head of the faculty leader is thrown on stage. The curtains draw back to reveal the decapitated body giving the thumbs up. The assembled crowd obviously completely panics. It is then revealed, as we all probably realised at this point, that Chucky transferred his soul into the Tommy doll. The episode ends with a fade to black and Chucky saying, "Hi, I'm Tommy, wanna play?" This is the perfect midway point for this season. I think that giving a kind of fake out ending is perfect earlier on in the episode, and obviously we all know there's still 5 episodes left, so there's going to be so much carnage to come. I hope you've enjoyed this review of episode 5 of Chucky. Don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Oh hey, looks like you stuck around right till the end of the video. Thank you so much for supporting my content, I really appreciate it. This channel is still in its infancy at the moment. Over here you should see a couple more videos that you can enjoy, and there should be a subscribe orb as well. Give that a click for me, you'd really make my day. Thanks for watching.